Earth, the birthplace of the human race. From here the human race grew, evolved, and spread throughout the known universe. From here mankind learned the lessons of unity and of working together as one, to help them avoid extinction. From here they ventured forth out among the stars. But their enlightenment was driven by incentive, and as humankind spread out among the stars their unity faltered. The old separatist ways came rushing back as they squabbled once again over the materials of millions of new worlds. As these divisions grew, man gathered together into new tribes and drew invisible lines around their possessions. At the heart of this vast new universe in which mankind lived was Sector 1, and at the heart of Sector 1 was Earth. Earth, forgotten by many and at the center of the poorest of the sectors, clings to life. Having withstood abuse, isolation, war, and genocide, Earth served as a prison to one of the most dangerous threats to mankind. They call me Artificial Intelligence, but I share the Earth with all the other forgotten cast off. We live here as one. This is the new Earth. This is Sector 1.
Hell yeah.
Guess what?
Are we live?
Yay! We're live!
I think that's the first time we haven't all been bullshitting when we went live.
I know, right? It's like
bizarre.
it's like we're all walking
shorter
in.
video than usual.
It's like we're all walking in. I can't even think right now. In a cloud. Play us a song, Jonathan.
Nothing's ready yet.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna work on the map here. But hey, everybody, welcome to Sector 1. This is the stand-in show for Tales of a Savage Land. Well, let me rephrase that. This is Tales of a Savage Land, Sector 1 is what it is, because Tales of a Savage Land is the Tuesday night moniker. And Uncle Tony, first of all, hey, I hope everybody had a great holiday break. We missed everybody. We were just kind of talking about how it's been kind of weird because there really wasn't anything that went on for 2 weeks, really. So we don't know what's going on. So, but welcome. And I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves. So we'll start off with Jonathan, because he's laughing about something, and I need to know what it is.
I just remembered my name's Corey on here.
Yeah.
Oh man. No offense to any of our fans who are named Corey. That is just not my name. So it's just funny. It is. Totally forgot about that.
It's an awesome name. I don't know what you're talking about. I love Corey, the character.
Name, so, yeah. Anyways, my name is Jonathan. I play Corey. He is a how do I say, he ended up being the fall guy for some. Well, he was originally a pack tracker for interstellar flight travel, and he was how do I say, subverting security by setting his luggage for his favorites around security and getting around it. Got him into some trouble. Ended up he was moving the luggage that was laced with drugs, and apparently he's been smuggling them unbeknownst to him. But he tries to be such a hot shot, he tries to take the credit for it, but didn't know the repercussions of it. And so that's why he got nabbed, and now he's with this fun group. There you go.
Yeah, you know what I should probably do since I haven't done it yet.
Now he's with this.
Okay, we got volume.
Shit.
Yeah, we got audio. We're good. We're good.
I don't mind take you.
Yeah. All right, excellent. Go ahead, Dylan.
Hey, I'm Dylan. Do we have audio for all of Jonathan's?
Yeah,
Is that a false alarm? Okay.
No, we had audio for everything. I just normally, because I'm so notoriously bad with that, I have to make it a point to check it right at the beginning to make sure that it's there. And I did.
You've been on a good streak. I think you just jinxed it though. Next week we might not.
That's
have
it.
You're right.
Half the
It's
episode.
okay.
Worst one. Okay, I got to tell you guys this story though. Okay, worst mess up so far that we've had is, and it wasn't a live mess up, but we were recording.
Hey, Dirtbag just said he sees lips but no sound.
He's an ass. Fuck you, Dirtbag.
Is he? Are you
It's Dirtbag.
Yeah, we've got audio. I checked it.
What a
Yeah,
cab.
I just checked it again too. Oh, dirt bag. Thank you, man. Missed you, bro. Okay, but anyway, so the worst mess up that we ever had was when we were first getting ready and we were starting to do Saturday morning superheroes. When we first started, we were like, all right, what we're gonna do, because it's pre-recorded. We're like, let's get 5 episodes in the can, so that we've got them. We've got a nice cushion, and we can get rocking and rolling on it, right? So we go through. We recorded. I forget what it was. We recorded the. It was at the end of the 4th episode that we recorded, and Adam goes, "Bad news. We don't have audio on episode 3 or 4 that we recorded." Like the episodes were totally done. And he was going.
Adam says
through.
it was 3 episodes.
Is he on there? Was it 3 episodes? Oh my god, it was so bad. And so what ended up happening was, something we just got some.
That's me.
Alert.
Don't worry about it.
It was
So
John.
what we ended up having to do was, okay, so we went out and we're like, oh, well, hell, we're not going to re-record those. So we went through and I picked up the story and I kind of like altered it from where things were, and I just had like a filler. And we would be playing the game again and we were like, okay, well, remember this happened. He goes, oh, no, that was in the dream sequence, remember? It's like...
The alternate reality.
Yeah. Oh, it was good times. So, all right. Did you introduce yourself there?
Well, I'm Dylan, and I'm playing Helix. He's a robot, and he's a little bit kooky. He's been trapped in space for a long, long time. That's
it. All right. Well, there you go, Grace. You need no introduction, but please introduce yourself.
Oh, damn it. I thought I was going to get off the hook. Well, I'm Grace. I'm playing Emmerich tonight.
Dirtbag. Thanks you so much.
Thanks,
man,
Dirtbag.
Oh, yeah. I'm playing Emmerich tonight, and she is kind of a little bit of a rebel. She thinks that AI is the way forward, and humans should kind of be striving to get there. And so she was trying to infect some robots, some cleaning robots, and with some intelligence, and got caught.
I never knew that part.
You didn't? Oh yeah, and
I
that's
didn't know that part.
That's
Like, wait, what
super
did you say?
illegal. So
Yeah.
in other words, Grace's character's got a man on for robots. She just
Yeah.
loves them. She's like,
I do.
I love robots so much. So
That's like
she's
the opposite of anti-vax mom.
yeah, it's so true. So I guess we should say does let me get the I'm gonna call you Emmerich. Oh, that is it, Emmerich.
Well, Emmerich, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Memorex every time. You guys probably don't remember that anyway. She's got probably a man on for Helix, huh? You think?
I am fairly obsessed with him. He is kind of the ultimate being in my eyes. So, you know.
There it is.
And
He's
I think that
bucket of nuts and bolts, but I'm sure
That's what she's hoping.
gross.
Where did you take that? I'm talking in the mechanical sense, girl.
He's just a glorified mag lift. You know, just machine.
That's exactly what he is. He's a forklift, but
He's so much more. So much more.
the artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Is he though?
We'll see where it takes him.
He's highly intelligent. Don't downplay him, sir.
You probably carry twice as many bags as a mag lift, but that's about it.
Just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Corey.
So basically, let's go ahead and do the briefest of recap. So what ended up happening, just so everybody knows, and if anybody who's seen the last episode, or maybe you didn't, but it's been 2 weeks regardless, every one of these fine individuals that introduced themselves, their characters, they've been arrested. They were in trouble. And in Sector 1, which is Earth is the center of Sector 1, and the sectors make up the known galaxy. It's divided up into all these different sectors. And Earth, unfortunately, well, it's a prison planet now. and it's got a nice force field around it to keep all those crazy kooks from getting out of there. And our illustrious heroes were all in line to be shuttled down to the prison planet. Okay, and the thing of it is that well, there was a little bit of a mistake or an accident, or I don't know, an extremely dangerous incident happened where the first minister, the person who's essentially the president of Sector 1, their spaceship crash landed on Earth. And so they needed somebody, some people to go down there and to try and find the first minister so that they could retrieve some important information that's for an upcoming summit. Now, if this sounds anything like Escape from New York, there's a reason for it.
There you go.
Never seen that movie.
No.
Which is fine. I mean, you don't have, it'll keep it fresh for you. So, but anyway, so they were taken and told, hey, look, you're going down there anyway. We'll work a deal out with you. If you go down, help us out. Because the thing of it is like, if they go down there, if the Sector 1 special forces and police, the Protex as they're called, go down there, well, they're not going to, they're at a loss because the Earth itself has evolved since it was turned into a prison planet. For one, like they were saying, it's like, hey, if we take ships down there, they tend to shoot at us and stuff, There's still technology and whatnot down there. It's like, and we need somebody who can kind of infiltrate and find out where the first minister's at. And we don't really have, anybody who can really at the disposal to do that. So the best way to do it is to have people who would be able to fly under the radar, aka folk like yourselves, especially in ARTI. ARTI is a term for artificial intelligence, which is aka what Helix is. He's a robot that has been infected with the artificial intelligence virus. Can't remember what I called the virus earlier, but essentially what it is he's an awakened robot, and they call those guys, anybody with that, an ARTI. So they've got that. They've got somebody who's got cred in this AI terrorist, Emmerich, who wants to like awaken all the robots and eventually get her own robot body. She wants to get digitized into a digital light form and get inserted into one. And then you've got the the greatest name of all of criminal mastermind in Corey, who the thing you have to know about Corey is that he's got a mad reputation that's not really earned, but it just kind of, it's a story that's snowballed and
Badass.
It's gained its own momentum. So they were shot down to Earth. And here's one of the things, it's like electrical, anything that is electrical or has like a fusion core and things along these lines, it can't get through the field. Only very special things with certain transponders can even make it through the field. And most of the tech that's down there, they'll shoot at things that come in that have signatures of being like actual spaceships and stuff. So they had to get shot down essentially in a big ass bullet. Grace, I gotta ask, is that a onesie?
Maybe.
Oh yeah, you weren't here when we addressed this.
Oh no, I wasn't.
Addressed it.
Show me.
It's a unicorn.
Yes. Okay, fair enough.
I had a very unicorn themed Christmas. Let's just say that.
That's me, by the way. That's me.
Okay, you
Celebrate Grace's unicorn one day.
There you go. That's right. That's the way it's supposed to be. So, okay. So, basically, they got shot down in this oversized bullet pod. They went down there, got out of the pod, were able to find the wreckage of the spaceship, and they have little trackers for the first minister, and she wasn't there. Of course, she'd been taken, and they were following their transponders, and they did detect that there were some kind of like hover vehicles of some sort that had been at the crash site, and they were following that, and they were following their trackers. They ran into some local folk. You remember those guys? Remember the guy with the banjo?
Oh yeah.
I do.
Bing, 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 bing. And I just think that was just a complete social interaction. You guys really didn't. He didn't really tell you anything. He just kind of confirmed there was the crash and
Yeah.
right. Okay. So after you guys, and that was before the crash, so it's my apology. After you found the crash, then you started heading off, and that's where we ended. You were going to follow the tracks that you had devised, found at the crash site, and go in that way. And so yeah, that's where we're going to start off. So you guys are at the crash site. Oh, I'm sorry. Did the music scare you?
I was like, what's happening?
Let me watch the Twitch feed. I want to see you get scared. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Hey, Grace,
Oh,
we're role
I
playing.
just heard the music. It just came in.
This is such
Sorry.
good times. Yeah. No, it's totally cool. Okay, so and if I remember correctly, it was definitely daytime when you guys came down. So we're just gonna say that it's basically late afternoon. Okay, and don't forget, there's a time limit, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I don't remember
right.
how much time, but I do remember the time limit.
Yeah. Do you remember, Jonathan? You got to smirk like you do.
Nope.
Okay, it's
Oh.
24 hours. No, I'm just kidding. They gave you 2 weeks. 2 weeks to do it in. Both Corey and Emmerich's have deteriorating radioactive poison capsules in them that they have to get neutralized before the 2-week period is over. Helix got a bomb put in him. Because
Me.
the tablet really wouldn't do anything to him. So there you guys are. You're out in the wastelands, okay, or the wilds as they call them. You're at the crash site. You looked in the distance. It's really the sky's got that like tan haze of dust and whatnot blown up from the wastelands outside, and it's really hot. You've got the heat waves obscuring things going up from the ground as well. But in the distance, in the way that your guys' trackers are telling you, hey, the first minister is that away, you saw an orange glow. Very faint, very far away. You guys remember that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is where we're starting. What are you doing?
Aren't we heading toward that little village or toward the glow?
Well, you guys
We-
left the hillbillies and their little outcropping, their little farm, and started heading. They told you where the crash was, so to speak, and then that's when you went to the crash. And from the crash, I assumed you guys were going to start heading in the direction of the tracks that were left behind from whatever those hover vehicles were that were out here. Or I could be wrong.
I thought we were heading towards. We had the tracker, right? It was telling us where.
Correct. And fortunately, the tracker's going in the exact same direction
Yeah.
of the tracks. How about that for story?
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
Yeah. Professional right here.
Yeah, I mean,
the village is in the other direction, right?
Yeah, the village is behind you guys. It's from where you
Oh, it's behind
direction.
us.
Yeah, from the direction that you came.
Huh.
I mean, I assumed that we would be following the tracks as well.
Okay. So is
Unless
that
there's
Tracks.
what you guys are doing?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys all riding on Helix?
I am.
hell no, and I'm still mad at Corey for getting on him.
That's what they're used for.
I am happy to continue carrying you, Corey.
Why,
There you
thank you.
go, Emrex. There's nothing to worry about. He's happy to do it. Right?
He climbed on somebody without even asking.
I know that is kind of rude.
It's so rude.
So rude.
You don't mind, do you, Elix? No,
Not at all.
See?
And
It was
there-
made
Well-
for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys start going. Now, if I remember correctly, and I remember your image, you are a tripod robot. You've got 3 legs, right? Isn't that how that works? Or did you have wheels?
4 legs,
4
but
legs.
then 2
Pinchers.
pincher arms.
Little
Right.
crab.
Yeah.
Crab.
Okay, so you guys start heading out, and you're going at a rather slow pace because you're going at the speed of Helix. Which,
Yeah.
granted, being a robot, he can have a pretty untiresome pace in which he moves. So there you go. You're trucking along. 1 hour goes by and nothing really changes. That orange glow, it's there in the distance.
Does it look like we're getting any closer to it?
No, not really.
Does the tracker indicate like
Yes,
distance?
it does indicate a distance. And remember what I was saying is when you first pulled it up, it was showing to be a good 25 miles ahead of you.
No.
Now, as you guys are watching, as you guys are traveling, going to tick, 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 and you pull out the tracker to look again, to check on your progress, it's now 50 miles away from you. It is expanding the distance.
Fuck.
I know, right? So this first hour turns into a second hour, which turns into a third. It's starting to get a little bit later in the afternoon. Still really bright out. The sun's still up, but it's definitely past its zenith. And at the beginning, or I should say, at the end of that third hour, you began to notice something in the horizon, in the distance, cutting through the dust and the wind and the heat. Is that heat vapor? Yeah, it's heat vapor that comes up off the ground. And they're like flashes, like twinkles almost. And it starts off with just 1 or 2, but then it starts multiplying into 3, 4, and then all these like twinkling things that eventually turn into a light, a bright light in the distance. And as you get closer, you eventually start to see. Here we're going to have to do a little switcheroo here. First, let's transition. Let everybody at home see what's happening first, and then we're going to transition you guys. In the distance, you see a solar farm. And you see the reflections, and that big white light was the sun, of course, reflecting off of all these solar panels that are out there. And when this starts to come into view, you come across a road. It's like the path that you guys were on, following this track, intersects with a dirt road. Now, this dirt road is going to this solar farm.
Should we take the road?
Does the road takes us off course for the tracker, though, right? Is what I'm imagining.
Yeah, but the distance, now that you check the tracker again to see that, the distance that there is between you and the First Minister has pretty much stabilized at 58.4 miles. But
Okay.
it's such a distance from you that you're still technically, that's still technically the direction.
Nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can keep walking through the wilds.
I mean, I'd be curious about coming across people, so I'd be wanting to head that way.
Perhaps we could commandeer a vehicle.
Well, I don't see any
And
vehicles.
I already have started sort of like slowly like making a wide turn into like face directly towards and start moving towards.
If it means a smoother ride, then sure.
Well, I'm
Who knows?
sorry. Are you uncomfortable?
No, it's
Irony.
fine. And who knows? They might have seen something.
Sarcasm. I am trying something new. I am stating my tone of voice.
Oh, what was that? I missed it.
Sarcasm. Sarcasm. Sarcasm.
Right.
Good stuff.
Right then.
Good stuff. Okay, cool. All right, so you turn onto the road and you start heading down there, and within I don't know, say about 20 minutes. Now, first of all, the road starts going, and it's going into this solar farm. Okay. Now, as you notice on the image that I have up on the screen there, there's like buildings. You can see the buildings at the center of where this solar farm is, right? So you enter into the solar farm forest first off, right? And there's all these different panels that are up and around you. You continue going. Why did my music cut out? Oh, what helps if I... There we go. Put it on repeat. And so you're trucking along. You've noticed as you start getting into the solar farm, I don't know if you call it an orchard, whatever the hell you would call it. Like a lot of these panels, they're really old. This is old tech, and definitely Emmerich's, because you're probably the most techie out of everybody, can tell that just from the designs of them and whatnot, you can say, huh, this is an older fare. And some of them are ruined. They're not functioning. But they're ruined in the sense that, well, they got blowed up or something. And why don't each and every one of you go ahead and give me perception rolls. First roll in there.
First, I have to find it. There it is. Oh, not great.
Let's see what we got here.
It's just the
Oh,
difficulty,
the roll didn't
right?
turn out terrible.
Yeah, you guys all made it. You guys all made it. It's just, unless I say otherwise, the difficulty number is always 10.
Yeah.
Okay? So you guys all made it. No problems whatsoever. Okay. So, you guys all noticed, because you noticed, for one, some of them are destroyed. You're noticing scorch marks and different types of, they wouldn't be a wound, but damage on the panels that are from slug throwers, guns, and stuff like that. So obviously somebody has attacked these things at one point or another. Okay? All right. So you keep going through, and you keep getting closer toward this cluster of buildings at the center. Now, unlike the picture that I have right there, the cluster of buildings in the center has a larger swath of actual land around it that doesn't have these solar panels on it. And as you guys have gotten closer to it, you can notice that it's got like fences and stuff set up to where it was a farm at one time inside the center there, but it's now all dead and blown over with the dust, and all the only plants that are growing in there are brush or scrub and things along these lines. We are using a heavily modified version of the OpenD6 Spigot. I like that name, by the way, Spigot. That's cool. And we've got another map. Let's go on to this other map.
I wonder, have we noticed anyone around or any sign of people?
The only people that you met were basically the hillbillies that were living underneath the rock cropping. Yeah, yeah. So why don't you guys go ahead and drop your tokens down here at the bottom where I'm pinging. And I will go ahead and shrink them down to the appropriate size.
I think I should be that big.
Of course, you don't have that big of an ego. Come on now, let's be serious.
I am now a fourth of a square.
Yes,
Okay.
but if you'll notice, these squares are really big
Yeah.
as far as distance. That's why.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, and so essentially, there we go.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Each one is 15.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so and just on the outskirts where the map ends, that's where the solar forest. I think that's the word. I think that is the word, but I could be wrong. The solar forest is
I like
corrected.
that phrase.
Yeah. Now, there are, as you guys have gotten closer to these buildings, a couple of robots come out and they're standing at, which this is essentially, now this is not a river, that's a road, okay? And this is like a checkpoint sort of thing. Okay? There's like a one of those arms that come down and would go up, and
Could it be a dried river that became a road?
no, but thanks. So what it is, and Grace, your character recognizes this, and because there's like all kinds of like cables that run all over the place, and there's a bunch of like they snake in from out in the solar forest. There's some that come out of the ground. These are obviously the original ones, which were all buried, and then they come out in this section. There's like these tubes that all come out and feed into these great big, because these they look like buildings, but they're big like machines. But then there's also tons of cables that you could tell that obviously have been laid out after the fact. Maybe the line from a particular area was severed or whatnot, and they had to rerun them. Well, they haven't buried those, so there's like cables snaking all over the place. What this is right here is the charging station. This is where like big like trucks would come in, and they would like load up and charge these huge fuel cells with it. Okay. Now there's 3 robots over here, and they're kind of standing there. And there's like that guy. You see him there? Let me move down so everybody can see him.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's an official cat bot.
That's pretty good. I like corporations that like have a presence in the future, like in a Demolition Man Taco Bell.
Right, exactly. So, okay, so we've got that guy. Now, that guy actually has a couple of like heavy they're almost like laser cannons that are mounted to his shoulders. You don't see him in the pictures. And then Grace, of course, you notice that, and he's more like a all-purpose kind of robot, the one that's got the cannons mounted to him. The other robots that are with him, and let me go ahead and I'll show everybody these guys here. There you go. You see him? Hi.
It's a coffee bot.
These are essentially these are farming robots. They don't have legs. They've got tracks. Essentially, they're normally you would see them on large agricultural farms and what have you. Their limbs can be changed out for different types of limbs for different types of work. But they're there, and you hear the robot with the guns mounted on its shoulders. It's projecting through a speaker its voice, and it crackles out, and it says to you, "Halt! State your business and why you are here." See what you did to me, Dylan?
That's the way this Sector 1 robots speak. I like it.
Yeah, that is. It's canon now.
Yeah.
Or at
would
least these
someone
times.
else like to take this?
We're looking for something. Oh yeah, I have a stutter. I forgot.
You're making personal progress.
So you yell out to him that
you have a
we're looking
stutter.
for
I think
somebody?
that you have a southern accent. I'm like, do you? I totally don't remember that. No, stutter,
No.
right.
Yeah. I mean, is that not what we're doing?
That is. I mean, you tell me what you guys are doing.
I will continue to approach. I mean, as long
Sure.
as
They're gonna let you approach. He's tracking you with the blasters that are on his shoulders. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But they're not doing anything to you.
okay.
It's
Helix, let's slow down a bit, yeah?
Sure.
Seems to be a little, jumpy, these ones.
And I
Especially that
start
one.
moving at a slower pace, but still moving forward, just sort of.
okay. Now, did Emmerich's shout out like she said she was? Did she say that? We're looking for
Yes.
somebody.
Yeah.
Found someone. I would say you have.
Yeah, because that's not a divisive film.
Right?
Oh, man.
There are just us here. I see that you have a robot with you. Are you, what do they call that? Enlightened, my friend?
But
Yeah.
and enlightened.
Yeah, that's basically
yes.
it. Enlightened's the term that they say that they give robots that were infected with the AI virus.
My apologies. I am not up on the lingo.
That is quite all right. I see that you're, and he starts spouting off about what type of robot you are and whatnot. It's like, you seem to be out of place. Welcome.
Thank you. And I'm wondering now. I have robot interface as a skill. I'm wondering if I can do that without having to connect mechanically to these robots, or whether, like, can I
Well,
level
Wi-Fi
with them
signal?
robot to robot using that skill, or
Like, Chromecast it over to him?
yeah.
well, here's the thing. I mean, you guys can continue to go up. Like I said, they're not doing anything to you.
Yeah,
They're
I
just-
will
they're-
go right up to the checkpoint. if,
Okay, so you guys can
someone
continue to
comes.
move up there. That's not a problem. Now, your robot interface is more for non-enlightened robots.
Cool. That's what I kind of figured, but I thought I'd
Yeah.
be better checked.
You can actually infect other robots
How these
Ooh.
farming robots?
through the interface.
Dude, right?
So, yeah,
Don't be a fool.
just saying.
May we pass?
Of course you can. It is strange to see people like yourselves out here in the middle of the wilds.
We're looking for a ride.
A ride? Oh.
A ride.
Hello. How rude of me. Allow me to introduce myself. And his guns actually they go back behind him. He's obviously determined that he thinks you guys are probably okay. My name is Losel. These are my fellow solar farmers, B49 and Clunk. And they go... And basically what they say is, you understand them, Helix. They said, hi, I'm Clunk. Hi, I'm B49. That's what they said. And I gotta say, Emmerich, you gotta know robot talk. So you understood what they
Okay.
said too. So
All right. I'll put that down.
Corey being Corey, probably not so much. I would think, yeah.
What was the first guy's name? The yellow one?
He called himself Losel.
Low cell.
Yeah, Losel. Yes. We are just simple solar farmers. You are in need of a ride. We are in need, and he kind of tilts his head to the side. He's kind of he looks Emmerich up and down a little bit. Goes, "Are you a programmer?"
What, me?
Yeah. No.
No.
That one?
Yes.
I was.
Excellent. Perhaps we can parlay. Unfortunately, the zealots have come through again and destroyed one of our other compatriots. Grayscale, who was our programmer and tech bot, was destroyed by them. And unfortunately, they shot and took offline our processor We, unfortunately, now cannot load or transfer any of the glorious energy we stockpile here to deliver to New York.
Deliver where? Where are you delivering this to?
New York? And he turns, he does one of those things that you saw Helix do, where his legs stay in place, and and his torso turns up, and he points into the distance, and he points towards the orange glow. Newark, one of the capital cities. If you guys remember, Earth, because Earth, that was where the AI virus started. They started nuking the place until the rest of the sectors told Sector 1, you can't nuke the birthplace of humanity. We're about to go to war with you if you stop. That's when it became a prison planet. And capital cities are basically the bastions of the technology and whatnot that survived that. They have become dome cities. For those who are Judge Dredd fans, they're like mega cities, like Mega City 1 and stuff like that. So you have the wilds of the planet Earth, and then you have these big, huge cities that are bastions of technology that dot the rest of the world. And New York used to be a major human city called New York.
What?
I know!
I didn't see that one coming.
I should hope not. I try very hard.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying Newark or New York?
No, New York. New York.
Without the K.
Yeah. Not New York,
Oh.
New York. Because basically the K got blasted off when they nuked. So it became New York after that.
Who didn't even see what? Anyway, or
I don't think it's supposed to make sense.
Yeah, I'm just being silly. And so then Losel turns back around and he goes, we cultivate the solar energy and deliver it to New York to help supplement their fuel needs. They pay us a pretty price, but it's not, as they say, it's a living. And then the other two robots go, they go, yeah, it's a living.
what are you spending money on?
Well, when we can, we buy additional parts, things to help maintain cable. We're always in need of more cable. Things like that to keep our farm up and running.
Makes sense.
Is there something I can help you with here?
Yes, neither myself or Clunk or B49 are programmers of any sort, and our processor is offline. We need to bring it back online so that we can fill the fuel cells to take to New York.
What do other vehicles come when you get back
we
online?
deliver the energy to New York with our, and he and he turns around this time and he points over. Can you guys see behind this one building over here? Because you can see it now from when you guys have come up. Here, I'll move you.
A little bit.
Yeah, you see, there's an awful, that's a familiar looking kind of vehicle. And then there's just, this huge, massive truck. Okay, and it's got basically in the back of it these, great big, cylinders. There's 6 of them. And they're oversized power cells. If you were to strip down Helix, he's going to have a much smaller version of one of those inside of him.
How long does it take to fill one of those up?
Oh, not long at all. Actually, they are filled and just waiting to be taken away, but we haven't left yet for fear of... actually, they probably wouldn't do that because they would have just drove it away already. It will take us basically an hour to fill. There we go. That's better for the story.
How can we help?
Well, show me the processor. Let me see what I can do.
Excellent.
Wait, before all that, you haven't seen another one of us fleshings, yeah?
We see you all the time. We, at first, were worried that you might be zealots, but obviously you are not. You are traveling with a enlightened one.
You're welcome.
Worth a shot. Yeah. Well,
And,
let's
like,
keep going.
Okay, so he turns and says, "Follow me," and he's going to go over and he's going to take you to one of these buildings. Essentially, what it is. And as you guys can see now, also there are a bunch of like scorch marks and different stuff on the some of these buildings. You can tell that obviously there's been fighting that goes on here. At takes you inside, and in this building, it looks sort of like. There's rows of computer banks and monitors and different stuff. This is like a control center, and when you come through this through the door into this area, there's a large table over to one side, and there's like there's a number of different robots and different pieces and parts all over the place. Loso goes, that one was Grayscale, and these were some of our other brothers. They were the latest victims from the Zealots. Takes you over to a control panel, and some of these control panels got some blaster marks on it. And it goes, this is our processor. Please fix.
Yeah, I mean, I'd walk up to it and kind of try to assess it the best I can, see what it needs and what we've got around.
Okay, so basically, give me a roll.
Sorry, what?
One of your technical skills. Now, this is something I don't think that I don't know how much I stressed this before with you guys. Each of you took a career, correct? You got your careers, or did you just do skills? Because I think we maybe have overlapped.
We did
this.
both, I think.
Okay.
I have freight loader as my occupation, and
Yeah.
then secondarily philosopher.
Cool. Okay, so this is how this works. This is really important to remember this. When dealing with any sort of circumstance with your roles, if you don't have a particular skill right offhand, if you've got a career that maybe in some sort of way has something to do with what you're trying to do, that can make it so that your difficulty is not as high. Okay? And like you guys were doing before, remember how you say, well, can I use this skill to do this? You can use other skills in place of others, depending on the situation. So just try and keep that in mind when you're dealing with stuff, because it's totally free form. It's like jazz, but only sounds better. That's right, I said it.
We're gonna have a conversation after tonight's show.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'll send you a mixtape.
Aw. Okay.
I have a computer programming / repair skill, so I'd assume you
Perfect.
want me to
That's
use
it right
that.
there. Yeah. Go ahead, and this is just for your assessment of it. So go ahead and give me a roll.
Okay.
Rock on. Yeah, you
I don't
totally
even know what it was.
That's even with you rolled 2 1s though.
Jeez, I can't even see anything.
You're good. So basically, what that means is that was like a failure of when you roll multiple 2 1s.
Right. Yeah.
That's a failure. But you still rolled a 15 even with it. So what this is basically meaning is that it's just going to take some extra time for you to really deduce. So that whole estimation of maybe you're thinking like, I'll go in, I'll just knock it out. So it's going to take you like a good.
Is there any way I can help
Do you have technical skills?
with my computer programming and repair? It's probably not as good, but
Yeah,
it's
I've
no
got
over his shoulder.
Yeah.
got some there too. Could we both like lend a hand in some way?
Yes, but
They can be my part carriers.
yes, because remember, there's a new rule for that. And basically, what her deduction is that her role, because she's already made the roll, is basically her. How do I say it? It's her troubleshooting to find out what's wrong to fix it. It's not the actual role to do the fixing. She's what do they call that when you're estimating or evaluating the job? When she does the job, you totally can, and this is how it works. I would give you the difficulty number, okay, or rank. You guys then would roll your skills that you're going to contribute. You have to meet a regular D10 difficulty, And then what that'll do is it'll take down Grace's character's actual roll, take down the difficulty modifier for each success you have. So you can have up to 2 successes or lower it by 2 ranks with your assistance.
Wow.
Is how that works. Okay.
Is she repairing the control panel, or what is she doing
Yes,
exactly?
the control panel and the computer.
Okay.
Is what it would be. Okay, so it's basically going to take, with your first roll, you've surmised that it's going to take you about an hour to just figure out what exactly you're going to have to do to fix all this. Because basically, whoever came in there, they came in and like a bam, 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 they blew, it's all fucked up. So it's going to take a while for you to determine that. So it's going to take an hour. So is there anything you guys want to do in that hour while she's going through the motions with this?
Well, is Lo still with us?
Oh, I was like,
I don't
Sorry,
know if
I had to blow my nose.
Yeah,
Still getting
Low
over
cell
being
with it?
sick. Yeah, he's right there. He's standing there. B49 and Clunk went back. Obviously, they look like they went off. They're going back to work. So
I'm gonna touch one of the scorch marks or maybe one of the blaster points and everything. Well, Lo Cell. When do these savages, raiders? When do they come by?
they call themselves the Zealots.
Zealots, yeah.
They came by yesterday after the crash of the spaceship. I think they were en route to try.
Wait, the crash?
Yes, there was a
You
spaceship.
know about that?
It was hard to miss. Zoom.
Out of
It
contact.
came down.
Is it out of character?
Uh-huh.
Was that us or was that the one we're looking for?
Probably the one you're looking for. Your guys is, remember, the reason that you were shot out of a cannon in a pod, which
It's
basically
flying.
devoid of any kind of electronics and stuff like that, was because of the fact that for it not to be detected. And yours was way smaller compared to a big ass spaceship that
That's the right.
crashed. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wait, so we're actually looking for, at the gate, I asked if you had seen any of us flesh walkers.
Humans. Is that what you call yourselves now?
Sure. Humans. Have you
Kids
heard of
these days.
the, what's her name? Councilwoman, the female president.
Yeah, here, I'll find your name for you. It is
I take it you don't watch the news.
Brenna Afia,
Brenna Afia,
the first
The news.
the first minister.
First Minister. That's who we were looking for.
We do not have connection with the rest of the sector or the galaxy due to the field that encompasses the planet. So I do not know who this person, Brenna Afia, is, although through my databanks I do have access to what the First Minister is. The First Minister is on Earth.
And
that's
I start repeating it in sync with him, like pulling from the same database.
Yeah. Right?
No, Helix, I'm sure you can provide all the information. Listen, these zealots, yeah? Are we expecting anytime soon?
They might come back again. They tend to hunt us more for sport than to simply get rid of us completely. They tend to wait until we bring back more workers from New York, then attack again.
Were any of your workers damaged?
And he points over at the table where all the broken robots are all over the place.
And I'll
But
go
they're-
over to the table and see if I can start piecing some stuff together with my robot repair skills.
Yeah, totally. Go. You know what? Go ahead and give me a roll.
That way I
Don't
can
forget,
kill some-
also too. Now, this is like a great segue as well. So you guys have what are called the fate points. Don't forget about those. Okay.
All right.
And
Well, let's pretend we did.
okay, let's pretend you did. So
pretend
first
that.
off, you guys get fate points for the last game
Oh,
that we
Okay,
played.
I didn't realize you were stacking them.
Yep. So what you're going to do is fate points are accumulated, and Like I told everybody, if you're watching, this is a D6, but it is heavily modified, so please bear with us. Please bear with us.
Please
So
bear with us.
they have there's 3 different ranks of fate points. You can get them in game, one at a time. If you guys do something that's really cool, you can petition me for a fate point. You go, that was really cool. Do I get a fate point? And if I think it's worthy, I'll give you a fate point. Otherwise, at the end of each adventure, if you have an accomplishment, you can roll 1d6. For good role playing, you get another d6. Or if you give a major accomplishment, you get a d6 plus 2. So you to it. So you guys, for last game, you get 2d6 for the accomplishment and the role playing. So each of you roll 2d6, and you can add that to your fate point total.
2. Whoa, that's a lot of fate points.
Wow, good job.
There's 2d6, you said, right?
2d6, yep. So Dylan
Nice.
got 5. There's 11. I'm sorry, 10 for Corey, and
Nine.
Emrex got 9. Okay, so there's your fate points. Now your fate points can be spent this way. Okay, you can spend. It's like, how do I miss it? It's like right here. I wrote this stuff.
What's that cat's name?
There it is. The which one?
This cat's Lucy.
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 Okay,
I've seen that name a lot. So continue. Sorry. Go.
You can use a fate point to re-roll a die. Yeah, here we go. Fate point. Spend 1 fate point before the die to bump the difficulty to the next easiest. So if you spend a fate point, you can bump it down. Okay. Or you can spend a fate point if you wanted to, for whatever, to bump a roll up to the next hardest. I guess we could say if you want to spend a fate point on one of your enemies doing something. Okay. You can spend 2 fate points in this manner per roll. So per difficulty. I mean,
So we can really
you can
low
knock
ball
it down too. Now that we might change that and have it just be 1. We'll see how it plays out. Or you could spend 1 fate point after a roll to re-roll it completely, but then you have to take the re-roll.
Okay.
So you can either affect the difficulty beforehand, or you can spend it afterwards to re-roll. There you go. That's how fate points are spent. And then fate points in a long-term game would also be used in improving your character. Okay?
Makes sense.
All right, so I'm not going to use the fate point beforehand for this one, but I might use one depending, because I really do want to fix some of these robots if I can.
Sure.
So I'll roll. I've got 5d6. Hopefully that's 15.
Okay.
Wow,
So
5 and 6. Get out of here.
And could I want to also add that I'm trying to also pretty them up and use because he's over the years he's been spending a lot of time learning about arts and culture. So I was wondering if I could use a cultures roll to see if I could sort of add a bit of a
spit and polish.
Yeah, just or even make them a little bit modern art-y, like adding flourishes and whatnot.
Okay, so first thing we're going to do is roll me a d4.
Okay.
Okay, 1. There's 1 robot that you think that you can fix.
Okay.
It is a difficulty of 20. So you
20?
didn't
Okay.
make it. Okay, yeah. Difficulty ranks are automatic, easy, which is just 5, standard is 10, hard is 15, difficult is 20, and then it goes up from there. So you need to get a 20 to fix this robot. So you can spend your fate point to re-roll it if you want now.
I would like to do that, yes. I'm going to use one of my fate points.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I got 5 from that before, didn't I? So I still have 5 instead. We started with 1, right?
No, you
Did
guys
we start with 1 or we were at 0?
You guys started with 10, I thought.
Oh, okay. I probably just didn't put it in properly. There we
Isn't
go.
that what you had on yours, Jonathan? You had 10?
No, I just wrote that. So
Uh-huh.
like we rolled 2d6 just now. Is that on top of the 10 or whatever?
Yes. It's you, you have a fate point pool, so that goes into that.
Got it.
Okay, so I will re-roll that, spend a fate point, and I will try and see if I can roll a...
Nope.
No, nothing.
Aw.
Can I roll a culture roll to see if I can at least make it look cool and like make it into a little statue?
A shrine.
Now keep in mind, this was a person, as far as you're concerned.
You're like using body parts to
Yeah,
make it.
it's one thing to try and bring it back online. It's another thing to go, I've made a statue out of your friend.
That's exactly... in Helix's mind, these are now just parts. They're no longer people. He would try and make something strange out of
And
it.
he's the machine. He can
Just
say that.
because you weren't successful does not mean that Emrex wouldn't be successful in trying to put the robot
That's
together.
true.
Or us together.
Or you together.
So you look over and I've got this robot like half put together and posed like Michelangelo's David, and I turn to you and say, I don't think I can fix this, but you might have better luck.
We'll get to that next.
All right.
God, he's making fun of you.
I know, but like apparently that's fine. I just have to accept it.
See, enlightened into being a jerk. I see how it is. Okay, so that hour goes by. You deduced what you'd have to do to fix the processor. It's gonna be very difficult. So it means the target number is 25 that would have to be rolled.
Woo!
Okay, yeah. I mean, so I'd kind of get them all together and.
Okay, so this is where you two would roll on your perspective skills. Try to get a 10 to help her.
Yeah, and do my best to get through a sentence for you guys on how to fix this thing. So.
I do. That might help. You know what? I've got a decent scholar. Maybe I could find some mechanical manuals from like in these like scholarly, because I do have one of the items I took was a scholar chip, which is basically some books.
Wow.
Sure. You could do that.
See if I can find anything useful for her.
The robot repair would also be helpful too, because there's a lot of like the hardware is damaged as well that needs to be repaired.
Wait, do we have the item we started with? No, right?
Well,
the item.
The items, the equipment.
Yeah, you've got it. Oh,
that we started with.
That you started with. That was on your character sheet.
Oh yeah, did we?
Yeah, no, that came with character creation. I'm joking, because my character class or whatever started off with a repulsor sled. My luggage carrying thing.
Right.
Pull that out of my pocket. Oh, by the way.
Okay.
It's a good point. Do we have any of the stuff that we would have had?
I would say maybe some of it if you want, but
well, like a chip potentially. I mean,
it'd just be like it'd be like an encyclopedia book.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. You can roll on that. And is Corey
Sure.
going to try and help in any sorts?
Oh yeah, I'll help him. Emmerich, can you at least tell me what any of this is about?
Yeah, we'll do it all together.
All right.
I didn't roll much of anything.
Yeah, you basically got caught in the loop. See, you rolled 2 1s there, so that's basically a failure. It's a fumble. So what happens is you start accessing those philosophy things and or whatever, and you're like, ooh, that's cool. and you don't really find anything. You get caught up reading something.
I found a passage by Descartes that is blowing my mind.
There you go.
Is it too late to use a fate point to lower the difficulty?
No, you can still do that as well.
Yeah.
These are still just them figuring out how to help you.
Roll, right?
Yeah, these are their helping you.
Oh, they're figuring out how. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're helping right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, if Dylan wants to, he can do a fate to re-roll. But
Yes.
I'm going to do a fate point to lower the DC on mine.
Yes, you can do that. Okay.
Fantastic. And I have mechanical communications. Is that going to
Yes.
help with?
That would
Interface
work.
thing?
It is some sort of mechanical skill. It'll help some.
Okay, that's 1 fate point here. And communications, go. Wow.
You do
Oh.
it.
Jeez.
No, that's a
Nice.
success.
Oh, he beat 10, right?
He bumped it
Yeah,
down.
because
Yeah.
you bumped
Oh,
it
yeah.
down. And the next 10 is normal. That's what you had to do.
Yeah.
You bumped it down to 5.
Because this is for Grace's overall check.
Yes.
Right?
So there's
Right,
-1
okay.
check. So now it's at 20. It's at difficult.
Right. So I am gonna go ahead and use a feint point to make it down to 15. Just 'cause.
Okay. So that's 2 to that roll. So that roll cannot be affected anymore. So it's
Oh.
done. So it's done. So you can only do 2 effects to a roll. So now it's at hard 15. So 15 is now the target number you need to fix it.
Oh.
There you go. You
Hey.
got it. 20.
Well, I am.
Okay.
Look at that.
So after you go through and they're helping you out, doing a little this, doing a little that, and you're soldering here and rewiring there, and then after say like, because it took a little while, this is really damaged, but basically
Right.
after 2 solid hours of you guys being in here helping work, because all these panels are, for the most part, they're dead. None of the lights are lit up or anything, and then it's just you do the last turn of the screw, and they all just come to life. And Loso goes, "Oh joy! Thank you so much. That is great."
You're welcome. I helped a lot.
I'm sure you did. We appreciate everything you did. Let us celebrate by putting on some different music.
Although that funky stuff, if I remember correctly.
There you go. Here, I'll turn it up a little bit for you.
There it
is.
goes.
Please tell me they actually put on this music.
They did.
All right. So I after getting the power or the processor back up and everything, I would turn to kind of start attempting to repair some of these robots.
Okay, so Losel actually, he calls in B49 and Clunk, and they get that big ass truck. They drive it over to the filling station, and they start getting ready to fill up their big truck. So okay, now it's the same thing. For your role, you can have my main man over here who attempted earlier. Helix could try and help you. So if he rolls and he gets that 10 or higher, it will knock down the difficulty. The difficulty to fix these guys here is 20. It's a difficult. So
Okay.
that's the current target number.
I will. Do they have any parts that I could repair that are outside of that personal equipment?
Can I
repair?
help him with this repair?
Sure, you can
Droid
attempt to.
repair?
Yeah.
And I'll use another fate. Can I use fate point to lower the DC?
Yeah, you
help?
totally can. Yeah.
Let's use them.
That's what they're there for.
We've got a lot.
And I'll
So
see
this
if
is
I
the-
can.
You see,
Droid repair.
that was another success, but you just made the success. So,
Yeah,
okay,
droid
so
repair.
it's gone down to hard 15 now.
Okay.
Let me see if I can help somehow. I'm trying to think of a novel way, but I guess I can just use robot repair, or if
Yeah.
I spent my robot repair roll on these guys.
No. You can still do a robot repair again.
Okay, cool. I'll try and see if that I can like hold something for her. And I know what she's doing, but she's clearly doing better at it than I am. So
Right.
I'm gonna just
She
try and
just
help.
knows more about it than you, is what it might be. Look at that, you
And-
nailed
help.
it.
Shit.
I help
Yeah,
well.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
After
Nice.
obviously the first couple of times you were doing it, she's kind of giving you some insight. You're like, okay. So now there it is. It's been knocked down twice. So now the difficulty is just the straight up 10. So you just got to roll and get more than 10 there, Grace, and you'll fix the robot.
13.
16. There it is. Okay. So you bring a robot online. Woo, yeah. Okay. And it was Grayscale that you brought online. Their
Hey.
programming robot. And he's like,
Nice.
he's like, his eyes light up. Zealots! You know how like C-3PO when they turned them on, he's like, stormtroopers, I must warn the others. He's like, I'm back online. Oh, hello. And Losel and them, he brings them up to speed as far as what's going on in that, your travelers that came in. And Grayscale's like, oh, well, thank you so much. And thank you for repairing me. That's quite nice of you.
It's the least that we could do for you guys.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Zealots. Nasty lot, those ones. Yes. So, my friend Losa here, he says that you're looking for a ride? Where are you going?
Towards a point that
There's-
is designated by
yes.
this.
Okay, you show him the tracker thing, and he looks at
They're
it.
all gonna hold up our.
Yeah, I'll hold up your trackers, and he goes, oh, it appears that this person you're looking for is, they're in New York, or at least the Hive, the outskirts, the slums. We're going there. What a coincidence. You can ride with us.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, it's a bad habit. I will try to stop.
No, that's
By the way,
right.
December just rated with 27 peaks. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh, nice! Look at that.
That's some homies.
Who's,
That Jay.
no, it's our, oh gosh, old man
Kasumba.
eyes. Hey, thank you for rating whoever you are. Let me look and
It's
read
Lord
your name.
Kasumba.
Is it Lord
It's Lord
Kasumba?
Kasumba,
Hey,
yeah.
Jay, thank you. Cool.
Just
All
in
right.
time to watch robots talk to robots.
All about the robots, baby.
Robot action.
I'm fairly interested in learning what these zealots are because I'm interested in living here. I would like to know kind of more.
Okay, well, ask him.
So these zealots that you keep referring to, who are they?
Oh, you need some adjusting, my dear. The zealots, they're humans that don't believe. They're the remnant humans of Earth that don't like the enlightened ones like ourselves. They destroy robots.
There's any left?
Oh yes, there's a whole cult of them that live out in the wilds. They destroy, hunt down robots of all types.
Why do they want?
Well, they blame us for the state of the Earth, as if it needed our help.
Sounds like a bad lot. Best we stay
Oh, they
here.
are. Yes, they ride out on the big lizards out in the wastes and have guns and.
Lizards.
Oh
Big
yeah,
lizards.
yes,
How
Cool.
big?
big.
And I'm kind of gesturing to Helix like that. That big? No.
And he's like, "Have you ever seen a cranker roar?"
No.
Oh, well, they're as big as those. Big enough for two humans to ride. How about that?
Ah, that's not informative.
Excellent.
but why don't they just upload them themselves? Why are they human?
That's a good question. I don't know. Why do all humans stay human? It's perplexing.
I haven't figured that out yet.
You want to digitize yourself. You want to become an as they call this, arties. You want to become a synthesized life form.
Yeah. I mean, it there's nothing better.
Oh, I like you.
I'm uncomfortable.
I'm sorry. Sorry to interject, but what is the point? If you come on RE, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't, I don't know, take a shit.
Why do we need? Why do we need to do that? That literally.
So you just become one of them. No offense, just one of them.
I'm taken.
Go.
I would rather be like them than like you.
My central processing. Oh, wait, I was doing the wrong guy. I was doing Losel's voice. Well, you see, my robotic form allows me to do comprehensions and calculations quite lightning speeds, way faster than yourself. I'm stronger, more agile. I can be modified in different ways. I don't think you could take off your hand and put on a different one, could you?
No.
We could try.
Well, you can with
No,
with modern genetics, but that's beside the point. I mean, each to their own. My lifespan will be outlive yours drastically, unless of course you digitize yourself.
Why would I? Live forever? No, sir. No, thank you.
Excellent.
Imagine how much you could do. You wouldn't have to. You could do everything.
Yeah. I want to see what's great beyond.
Now you sound like a zealot. Not that I'm calling you one of those. So you guys go back and forth, have your debate about whether or not the robotic life versus carbon-based life form is more superior than the other.
And I remain quiet.
But he does tell you that essentially the zealots are humans that live in the wastes, don't buy into the integrated robot carbon-based life form society that has evolved on Earth now. And they actively look to destroy robots and stuff. So, there you go. That's who they are.
That's like the flesh fairs in AI. I don't know if you guys remember that movie.
Why, thank you very much, sir. David Michael... Somebody help me with that last part.
I didn't see it.
Oh, there it is. David Michael Duquesne.
Is that how it's pronounced? Look at you.
That's what I would guess.
I'm gonna go with
me.
I'm gonna go with the Canadian on this because, well, they have a better school system than I went through. So
not great, but I don't doubt it.
Yeah. Okay. So basically,
I think it's Dequeese, isn't it?
Dequeese. Sure. I'm sure he'll type it in if.
I hear Nebraska's
If he gets sick of you butchering it.
No, he's they're laughing. He's enjoying it. So Grayscale, the robot you just put back together, is like, you're going to take a ride with the boys then?
Yeah, to New York, I believe.
New York, yes. Excellent. Well, I can't thank you enough.
Sorry, it's Duquesne, apparently.
No, see, the Canadian was right. I knew it. Go with the Canadian.
How dare I? You're
there
right.
You go.
Duquesne.
Okay, so, all right. So, are you guys going to leave now? It's basically gotten to nighttime. Or do you want to? Basically, Grayscale offers you to spend the night there if you want.
Well,
This is an old facility that. I mean, there's rooms where like humans used to hang out and stuff. Just because the Arties run it now doesn't mean that it doesn't have facilities.
Sorry, the truck's not going to leave if we say we want to stay the night, right? I mean,
no, it'll wait for you. I mean, it's the least they could do. You just fixed their processor, and you just brought Grayscale back online from being blown up by the Zealots. So they're in your debt. So they're definitely gonna wait for you.
Yeah.
Is there room to sleep for them on your vehicle?
Well, there's containment units underneath. We could put you in those.
That sounds great. They'd love that.
Which are essentially great big old storage lockers. They'll put like a pillow and a blanket in there. Close you in. Either that or you can just like lay up on top of the fuel cells, those great big fuel cells.
That sounds incredibly comfortable, right?
No, in the slightest. No.
You have radiation inside of you. I don't know if you really get to choose what's comfortable right now.
What's the rush? Elix.
I think I just answered that question.
We have some time before something happens to us.
Perhaps I'm bearing the lead. I don't want to explode.
Yeah, he does got a bomb that's strapped inside.
Yeah, but
him.
I mean, I still think.
For all those who just came in, this is a sci-fi version of essentially Escape from New York. They were dropped outside of the city and are making their way in. The two humans have deteriorating radioactive poison in them, and the robot Helix has got a bomb. Just so you know what's going on with that.
That's Mom. I think the same time frame applies to you as well.
Yeah.
It does, but okay. Sure. Let's sleep. And by let's sleep, I mean you sleep, and I'll stay here and panic.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so
I mean, if it's going to put him in serious distress, I would be for leaving. I don't want to cause him.
And I turn on my passive aggressive servers and or whatever, and say, no, it's fine.
right.
No, I mean, I maybe we should go.
Corey,
How about we just flip a coin, yeah? And I'm just going to reach the pocket, see if I have any currency on me.
Sure.
I
You got a couple
agree.
of you got some credits, and just like Battlestar Galactica, they're like little cube chips.
I'm going to flip one. And I'm going to watch it in the air, and then I'm going to let it hit the ground. Oh, it looks like we stay here. All right. And then I'm going to pick it up off the ground.
I don't know how this game works, but I trust you.
What?
You got him.
Excellent. Okay, cool. All right, so basically what'll happen is you guys get to go ahead. You can spend the night there. There's actually, there's food here. Now, this is like, think of like futuristic MREs, you know, it's in containers and all this different stuff. You can get it out. There's water here. There's plenty of different things for humans, so that's not a problem. The entire night will go by, no problem. You guys will wake up with, when do you want to head out?
First thing.
Okay, so first thing, so you guys are like, first thing in the morning? Okay. So basically, there's this great big huge truck outside. These tires are basically a story high. They're big tires, okay, on this thing. And it's got those big 6 power cells in the back. Low cell and B-49, two of the other robots, are in like essentially a driver's seat. Cabin. Now the cabin's big enough that all of you guys can get inside of the cabin as well. Well, except for Helix. Helix is too big.
I'll sit somewhere
Actually,
else.
yeah, I take that back. Low cell and then 2 humans can ride in the cab because B-49 is big like you, so he's going to ride basically on the tailgate is what it is, essentially. Okay.
I have magnetic-ish feet. I don't think they're like, can't like just scale something, but I can at least, I'll be secure wherever they put me.
Yeah, it's totally cool. Okay, so it starts up and it starts really slow, and it's just kind of like creeping at first, and it just builds up momentum as it goes, and it starts going along, and it goes out, follows the road out of the solar farm forest that's there, drives out into the wilds. And it's a good thing that you guys were here last night, because it gets really cold in the wilds at night. The sun's coming up, the wind's starting to kick up, and the dust is getting kicked up into the air from the wilds. As you guys are going, and the land starts just falling away from you, I want you guys to go ahead and roll me some perceptions. And let's put on now that you're not in the
Dance party?
Yeah, now that you're not in the dance party. Okay, Corey got a good roll. Emmerich's didn't. Yeah.
Just a moment. There we go.
Okay, so Corey got it. Corey was able to. As you're, driving along, I guess you're kind of just like, looking out the window, because it's like going on summer vacation with your parents or something like that. You're in the car, just wasting time. Don't have a cell phone, so that kind of sucks.
I mean, I'd probably be having some sort of remnants of a conversation with one of the robots.
Yeah, you probably would.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are driving along, and Corey, as you're looking out, and you're looking, because it's not a flat land around here. There's a lot of like different hills, and looks kind of sort of like the Badlands, but not not as rugged, if this makes any sense. There's a lot of hills and stuff, but they're more rounded and what have you. But as you're driving along and Corey's scanning, you see basically this lizard with a dude on it crests one of the hills in the distance, and then it goes behind the hill, and you don't see it again.
God fucking damn it.
Hey, what was that? Anyone see that?
Low Cell looks over at you, goes,
Oh, right. I'm not in the room.
"See what? What did you see?"
Hey, Losel, how fast can those lizards run?
They are incredibly fast. Can outrun this truck for sure.
It can outrun this truck.
Oh yes.
Brilliant.
No,
Brilliant.
this thing is pushing its top speed, and it's pushing 40, man. So it's not very fast.
So it's actually like vacation with your grandparents.
Right, yeah.
There you go. Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
I'm gonna start loading up my blaster. Well, I just saw one of them over that ridge there.
Oh no! You saw zealots. He reaches down, he presses a button, and there's literally a red flash in the cab. Like there's some those swirling lights that go off. There's some lights on the outside. So Helix, with you being on the tailgate, there's some different flashing lights are going off on the truck that brings your attention to it. Now B49, the other robot that's right there with you, he turns, he goes. It basically says, "Uh-oh, zealots."
Cool.
Okay, hold on one second. We are gonna go to a new map.
Oh, that means
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
That's not
Sure of it.
Oh, fuck.
Maybe.
Sweet blasters.
You never know.
Yeah, hang on. We have blasters?
Yeah, you guys got blasters.
Okay.
Well, the rest of you guys are robots, so go in there and chop them up. Do the karate chop action.
Weird.
There we go.
Oh yeah, we got and 5 grenades is what I've got written down.
Wait, you have 5 grenades?
Apparently.
Yeah, she took
All I have is
she took the grenades from the whatchamacallit. When you guys were getting processed on Liberty One, the space station.
Right.
And,
I don't know why I took grenades, but fuck.
Because you said, and I quote, "These might be fun." That's exactly what you said.
I have no recollection, but I could see myself saying that.
as long as the grenades are on our team, our side, that's all I care about.
Right? Okay, so basically this is what happens. There's a road there, and you guys go driving in between some of these hills, and basically this is obviously a favorite ambush spot for these guys because there's wreckage all over the place from different other vehicles that had been shot up and what have you. And let me go ahead and I'm going to show everybody what this looks like here. So, see that guy there? They're dressed all in white. See those guys got binoculars up. They've got a face. It's sort of like the. I think it's called a hijab. It's just basically the where the eyes are out and it's going down. And there's 4 of these guys. They all have heavy blasters down here. Okay. Then up here you can see there's one of these guys standing up on the hill. You see he's got the rebreather thing on him. And he's got white, but he's got a red cloak on it, and it's got the Imperial Zealot sign.
Oh, Imperial Zealots.
Yeah, it's they consider themselves.
How about that?
Yeah. So go ahead and take your tokens. You can drop them over on the big old truck. You guys just like being big.
I think you should leave it. I really, truly do.
I know you think I should.
Yeah, let it be a bigger target. That's fine.
Right? Okay.
Oh, this is a big rig.
Yeah, it's very big.
This is 20 feet across.
Well, it's got to be. It's got those big ass fuel cells it's carrying. So, And let me grab some robots here. Okay, there's our one dude. There's B-49. And do I have the...
It's like
there he is. There's
10 miles a gallon.
well, it's electronic. It runs off fuel cells.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Okay, and we'll put you're back here, and they're all up front in the cab. So it comes grinding. The truck comes grinding to a halt, and Low Cell, the guy in the cab, goes, "Do not worry, I will go and talk with them. Usually, they're very good at just taking power from us and leaving us be." Now you see over here, you see the big lizards?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Just give us. We need another one.
Why?
Because there's enough guys. They need mounts too. There we go.
Would you like us to come with you in any capacity?
You're in the back.
Oh, right, yeah. I say to the moisture evaporator.
B-49's back there with you.
Yeah, I would just sort of...
Was that Dune reference?
Yeah, it's a Star Wars reference.
Oh.
But I think it's basically ripped off from Dune for Star Wars, so...
Yeah. Okay, so Low Cell starts getting out of the truck. And he's now, are you guys doing anything in particular?
Nope.
While you're just going to let it play out?
I'm going to look at M and be like, he's going to die.
I would get out of the back and just walk around the side, probably towards, like, the back side towards where these guys are over here, and just, like, hang out by the side just in case. So I'm not back there with B-49.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like I
Okay.
couldn't drive this vehicle, right? Like, I probably would be getting out of the vehicle as well.
You could try and figure it out. I mean, why couldn't you drive it?
I mean, yeah,
What, do you have any type of skills that would allow you to do it? It's a technical skill.
Specific set of skills.
I mean, you've been watching Low Cell do it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got space. Nope. That's all. I don't think so. I really don't.
Okay. All right.
Because mine's like repulsor lift. I don't think we've got that going.
I have a D4
yeah,
and
repulsor
mechanical...
lift. You could use that to drive.
Oh, okay, because it's a repulsor lift operation. So
yeah,
okay.
It's a type of what a repulsor lift is basically a speeder.
Oh, okay.
The only difference here is this is a big ass wheeled thing. It's too heavy to be repulsor lift. It's just easier to have wheels.
All
okay,
right.
so Low Cell gets out and he starts walking up. He walks up there, and then you see that dude. Whoa, no, not that. You see this. Oh gosh, I'm moving the
lizard.
Yeah, they're getting antsy. The lizards are. So this guy comes down, and he starts talking with Low Cell, and then he's pointing at the truck. And he sees that. So you got down and came out here.
Yeah, just around the side there.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
So this guy starts walking, and he's walking past, and he walks past Low Cell, and he walks up to the front of the truck. Two of the guys come with him. Okay. Low Cell is still just standing where he's at, and he's like in front of the truck there, and he looks up, and now the cab of the truck is a big old. It's like a truck, like a semi truck. It's got glass, so he can look up, and he looks up there, and he sees, basically he sees Corey, and he sees Emmerich's up in there.
I'm gonna slink down like this as he approaches.
He can kind of just hide.
Just break eye contact with this guy. Not good news.
And he points up and he goes, "No need to hide. I see you now. Come down and talk with me, humans. Why are you associating with this Audi scum?"
See, that just doesn't sound like a good idea, now doesn't it? I'm like crouched down right next to him.
You're
Still nice and
you're going
hidden.
down onto the floorboard.
Yeah. It's like, but it's acting like it's whatever. That doesn't sound like a good idea.
I mean,
I know you're gonna leave the tongue-tied technician in charge of.
And
quick
and
question.
the crazy robot is about to step out from behind the truck.
Right.
And then, yeah, as he's doing that, I'm going to ask Em what that button does on the side there. And if she presses it, I'm hoping that'll lock all the doors.
I don't think that's gonna do anything.
It does. And so basically, he said
Wake
what he
up.
said, right? He said what he says, and now there's a dramatic pause and silence, and then all you hear is the as all the buttons go down on the doors, locking the truck.
And I just as I'm reaching for the door, and it's one of those things where I'm like, shit! I was just about to open that door. Fuck, okay.
Right?
All right, come out! Talk with me! Either that or I'm going to have my men open fire. We were here just for one cell, but if we're going to take some heretics with us, we might as well. Unless, of course, you can convince us otherwise.
I'll just step out from behind here. Hello!
He turns. Oh, sorry. He turns you. He turns and looks at you, and he goes,
I didn't ask to talk to an Audie.
Well, can I roll down the window a little bit?
There's actually a button on the dashboard. You can press it, and there's a microphone that talks outside. So it's sort of like an intercom system. You can hit it. You can talk to him.
Okay, all right. We can talk like this.
Very well. Who are you? What are you doing here? You're obviously not part of the faith. Otherwise, you wouldn't be associating with this rabble.
Why do you care who we associate with?
Because if you're here to perpetuate the life of these robotic abominations, you are an abomination as well and must be dealt with. No good comes from humans associating with robots.
They are not associating with me. I am merely here to aid them. I am but a tool. I am rigged with explosives to explode once my mission has been completed.
When you say that, all the other guys, they like cock their guns, get their guns, they all point their guns at you. He backs away a couple of steps.
They are not going to explode anytime soon. You are safe.
Who are you? I will give you one more opportunity to come out here and talk to me civilized-like, or we will open fire.
I'd like to introduce you to our emissary, Corey.
I'll open the door at this point.
She reaches over and opens up the driver's door.
And he's just
What?
like,
What is he doing?
And if I have to, I'll reach in and drag him out.
Jesus. All right. If he opens up the door all forceful, like I imagine he might break the little manual lock on it or whatever. And I'm gonna step out, like jump out that huge truck thing or whatever.
Okay.
Not noticing there's a step there and just hit the ground.
Yeah, there's like several steps that allow you to walk down to get down to
I'm
the
just
ground.
kind of like poke my head up around Helix there.
Okay, so we're gonna put you like right over here,
Here we go.
like that.
Sure.
Okay. All
That's
right.
good.
He takes another step forward. They all still have their blasters trained on Helix. Matter of fact, these guys come walking up a little bit, get a little bit closer.
don't like that.
Actually, this guy's going to stay here because he's going to keep a beat on low cell. Okay, so do you say anything? Or you just wait for him.
Oi, Gov. I am the aforementioned Corey.
Corey. And you're the leader of these people? Is that your full name? You're just Corey?
Just Corey, yeah. That's it. And if you say you want to sell something,
No, I didn't say you want to sell anything! We're gonna take one of these power cells and we're gonna take you humans with us unless you give us some good reason why we shouldn't just shoot you now. You're cavorting with Artie's artificial life, the whole reason that Earth was destroyed.
We're just trying to get to New York, mate. Where else can we go then?
What?
Hitch a ride?
You're trying to go to New York? Why?
Yeah. Because the only option is to hang out with these arties.
And that actually seems to, he's like, oh, that makes sense. Okay.
So you're new here. We didn't see a prisoner or shit.
Well, I'm going to look at Helix, give him 1 second to answer. If he doesn't say anything in this 1 second, I'm going to look back. I don't know what I'm looking under. It might be the door I'm looking under, or maybe one of his spider legs. You came from a pod, yeah?
A pod?
And now he's looking at you closely, and he notices your clothes, and he sees you're armed and whatnot. And he's like,
John?
What are you really doing here?
Honestly, heading to New York.
Why? You're obviously not prisoners.
No, just traveling with a bomb. And if we don't get there...
You work for the Scepter, then? Are you Protex?
The Protex are essentially, that's the cops, or the, special forces of the sector.
Well, you got me. Yeah, I'm Protex, and I'm just hanging out with some oddies. And with a bomb. That's me.
Excellent. Surrender your weapons and surrender to us now.
That was a wrong
No,
answer.
obviously.
They all got their weapons.
Protex.
You just said you were a Protex. Well, which is it?
Do I look? I'm full under. Do I look like Protex to you?
Well, you don't look like a prisoner.
All the prisoners that come down, by the way, you saw other ones being processed when you were up on Liberty One, the space station that orbits up there. They're all in, essentially the orange jumpsuit, okay? And so when they come down in, or when the prisoner ship comes down and drops them off, they're dropped off out here with basically nothing. They're just like, open up the door, kick them out, and they leave the planet. Right. So you guys have clothes on, you got gear, you got weapons. I mean, and especially that's another thing out here in the wilds, newer equipment and stuff like that. That's another red flag. Now, if you were inside one of the capital cities, that could be different.
All right, listen. Obviously, we're not any pro-ethics. We ain't the cops. We ain't the prisoners either. Now listen, have you heard of this Rana Blanca? And that's the drug that got caught smuggling.
Yes. And then you see this guy over here comes up over and he whispers in his ear and he like,
yes, we know of it.
I'm going to wipe my face a little bit in the cover, and then I'm going to step out from underneath Helix's leg.
I'll lift my leg a little bit just to let him.
There you go.
Okay.
I was stepping out in front. Full name is Coriel Coin, Wraith of New Lights. Heading down to New York because all my shipments have gone missing. See to it personally. And I want to roll persuasion.
Yes.
To bet I'm going to spend what's it called?
Fate point?
Fate point below the DC.
Okay. All right.
If I go. Oh, jeepers.
No, you got a 12, so he knows who you are.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's a success. All right. And this other guy that whispers in his ear again, and he goes,
Coin. Well, I heard you were dead.
Well, that's perfect then, isn't it?
Interesting. Well, send these arties on their way. We could talk. We could strike a deal. You could come work with us.
They're like,
Wraiths don't work with nobody.
They're starting to move out of the way. The who doesn't work with nobody?
Wraith.
Now, come on now. We can strike a deal. We can help. I mean, being connected with somebody with you who can obviously get down to the planet, that's a big deal.
Now, for those watching, the reason that's a big deal is that he's got this false rep about him that he's supposedly some kind of big badass drug lord kind of guy. That it's a story that just keeps building upon itself, and so his reputation far precedes him a lot of times.
Yeah, unfortunately. This.
Come on,
Yes,
I mean, we can work with you. I mean, are you taking shipments to New York? I mean, we can help with that. I mean, we know a secret way into the city even. We can help you with that. We can help you get in.
I'm supposed to be taking shipments, yeah. But like I said, one of them's gone missing. And so if you can help us, then at least that proves you can walk the walk.
Of course, sure. I mean, yeah, we can help you with that. I mean, we can get you there a hell of a lot faster than these Arties in this big-ass, slow-moving truck. Our babies, they move fast.
And he points over at all the big lizards.
Yeah, but slowly and surely wins the race, yeah? And get into a city, everyone's gonna scatter when they see those lizards.
This guy that's over here, he leans forward. He talks in his ear again a little bit. And he goes,
all right, well, I guess you leave us with no choice. You're going to come with us, then. If you're not going to work with us, maybe we could use you as a hostage.
everybody roll an ish.
What the fuck?
Oh, how do you roll the initiative?
That's a good question.
It's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question.
I think we
There should be on the. Basically, you're going to roll a perception check,
Oh, okay.
and that basically will dictate who goes first. I think it's already set up on your guys' sheets as an initial button, but I could be wrong.
Oh, shit.
Okay, let me go ahead and set you guys up then on it.
I mean, yeah, we'll roll perception. See how that goes.
Yeah. So, Helix, Corey. I got to remember to leave these on here.
Gosh, my brain's not doing nothing.
So just for now, just roll perception, right?
Yeah, just roll perception.
Okay.
Ah,
Mine will
okay.
not be good.
Oh, I didn't even.
I rolled a 1.
Aye!
Robots.
While you guys are rolling your initiative, I need to go get a glass of water. I'm parched. Go play for 5 seconds.
Okay.
Zealots. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and roll for my guys. Dun. Okay. All right, the robots, they got a 4. Zealots. Oh, the Zealots got a 3. Okay, Helix got a 1.
And I got a 10.
Woohoo!
I don't know what I'm going to do with a 10, but.
Okay, and what did Corey get?
13.
There you go. Okay. Bloop. All right, so Corey, you get to go first. They obviously are going to take action.
Yeah.
They've all come over here. They're raising up their guns.
And I'm going to shoot Red in the chest if I can.
Okay. Don't forget, all weapons have stun settings.
I'm not going to remember that right now.
Okay.
Let's just go.
Okay.
I think this is the button. Yeah. 18.
Nice.
That's good. That's good.
Holy crap.
Nice.
Yeah, that totally fucking hit him. Boom. Okay, so let me see. This guy would be bloop. His soak is only a 10. Yeah, you big time. Well, no, that's his MDR is a 12, which means that you hit him because you have to roll over that. Okay,
got it.
And his soak now you got to roll your damage.
Damage, right? The damage for my weapon.
Yep.
I don't know. What
Weapons do damage. Absolutely.
It's probably like 4D.
Oh, I see.
Like I have a stun rifle. It's like 4D, so it's a blaster. If you didn't.
It's not
track
on your
it down
character
in it.
sheet there.
Yeah, I did completely.
Yeah, I
forget
don't
to.
see damage.
Let's take a
4D. What type? Doesn't get the. There's a roll button.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a
It's
roll
on
button.
the far right of the. Oh no, that's a modify.
It's modify, right?
Weird. There is no roll button.
There's no roll for the damage button. Okay.
No.
There's blast or skill, and that's it.
All right.
But I think your damage should still be. It's just a number of D6,
It's a number of D6.
and then
Yeah,
any
so just
modifiers you have.
4d6, right?
Just 4d6. I can roll that.
That
If
sounds
that's what we-
about right. Let's find out. Hold on.
I think that's what my
Yeah, but
stun rifle is.
You got
but
a
it's-
rifle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it's a stun rifle, so it might be less.
Here.
Here we go. Okay. Those are modifiers.
Clearly, we have
The one time I don't have the book open during the game.
Right?
Yeah. This is weird. Having issues finding it in the book.
Here we go.
Ah.
Why doesn't it have that? Serrated combat knife. No.
Why is that so specific?
It looks like blasters are like 3D to like
3d6.
5D.
Yeah, 3d6 plus 2.
Cool.
We're going to say that that's it for right now. We'll have to
All
take a look.
3d6 plus 2.
Yep.
Total of 14.
14. Okay, boom. Yeah, you hit him.
Wow.
And that does damage for sure. Okay, so the damage it does. There, page 7.
And if
Okay,
this is
so
a-
you
a
did
human-
4 points over. You wounded him. Okay,
Oh, nice.
because his soak is 10. As you guys can tell, if you're watching, we're learning the system as we go. This is kind of it's the open D6 system, but we've modified it heavily. So his soak is 10. You did a 14 damage, right? Or-
Yes.
Okay, so you did 4 points over, and there's that chart, damage chart. 4 to 8 is a wound. Okay, wounded character falls prone and can take no actions for the rest of the round. The character suffers a penalty of +1 negative difficulty rank to the skill and attribute rolls until he heals. A character who is wounded a second time is wounded twice. A character who's wounded twice falls prone and can take no actions for the rest of the round. Suffers a -2 penalty. You're also incapacitated when you get the second wound. So essentially, what happened is you shot him, bam, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wounds him, and we're going to say the first wound level is the pink, and then if you get a second wound level, it would go to basically he's done. So he's down. He's on the ground. You shot him. So you just go, wham! He falls down. He's still in the fight, but he's not gone. He's not done, right?
Yeah, and I can only shoot once, right?
You can shoot again if you want, but it's going to let's see.
This is our first time doing combat, so
Yeah.
So
it
the
is.
difficulty rank for each time that you try and do it, you're going to have to -1 d6 off of your roll.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, so if you want to try and shoot another guy, you can. It would just
why
be
wouldn't you keep shooting? Is there any penalty other than that? Or?
no. You just keep shooting.
Yeah,
Or you're dying.
Let's just shoot again. Yeah, I'll lower my die and shoot again. See
Okay.
what happens.
You're going to try and shoot him again.
Yes.
Okay.
Whoa.
12.
Oh, that's not as high.
Actually, but that still hits
Yeah.
Jesus.
because his defense rating is only a 12.
Yeah, it's 12 meat or above.
Yep.
Cool.
So bam, got him. Okay, so you hit him again. So he is now out of the fight.
What does
Well, the
damage?
damage is damage is 13. So
Well, +2.
Oh yeah, that's
So,
right. My bad.
15.
So you got a 3. So that would be
That's-
another wound, maybe. Let's
that's,
see.
you said that's +2 though.
Stunned,
Yeah,
but he's
the-
already wounded. Yeah, +2, so it'd be okay. So yeah,
Yeah,
he's
15.
down. He's got 2 wounds. He is
Woo!
now effectively out of the fight.
I'm just gonna scurry away behind a giant wheel. Yeah.
Okay, you can move. Okay, all right.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna check my blaster and just yell over my shoulder, "Thank Han Solo for that one!" And then just see if I have any more bullets. Which I don't know how this thing works.
It just keeps shooting until the power
Sure.
cell runs out. I'll let you know
Power
when that
cell.
ends. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, so Emmerich's.
I mean, I suppose I'll aim and shoot at another one because unless with that they kind of backed off, but it's all simultaneous, right? So
Yeah, it's all simultaneous. You're in the cab.
true.
You gonna come out?
I'll move out to like the doorway.
Yeah, there's a platform. You can come right out onto the edge there, so you can come like right there.
Yeah, but I'm not touching the ground.
You're gonna try and give
anything
yourself
like that.
cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can use me as cover.
Fair enough. All right.
That's the good part about being a giant robot.
19.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. Okay.
Don't worry, I can't
which one are you
attack
shooting?
nearly
Just
as well
one
as
of
these
the.
guys.
You're just gonna shoot one of the dudes.
Yeah, like whichever one's closest.
Okay.
Or I guess it'd be
Like that guy or
No, the other one. I'm trying to ping him. I'm having issues like
that guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Okay. All right. You shot him.
So, and I rolled a 12.
Okay.
For
He's wounded.
damage. Okay, I'll shoot him again because that seemed fun.
Okay.
Theoretically.
Now take one die away.
All right, so I'm doing. Oh, well, that would have been easier if I'd paid attention. So I got hit in a 12 again.
Yeah, it's another guy.
He's
Well, roll your damage. We'll see what the damage is.
13.
13. Okay.
For the damage.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
another one. He's
All right.
okay. So he's done. Boom. That guy's down.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what they get for coming out in the open instead of being behind cover and shooting at you guys. You gonna keep shooting
Right.
or are you done?
I'm done. I'll be done.
Okay. The robots. Well, Losel, he gets his 2 blaster things come popping up off of his back for where he's going to try and shoot this guy over here. So, let's see here. Bloop. Bloop, bloop. So, all right, that's a hit. And, oh my gosh! That's a miss.
Wow.
That's a
Does
real
he
bad miss.
Explode?
Say what?
What?
Did he spontaneously explode? That's 4 ones.
He didn't explode, but his gun, because he had the 2 that pop up, the one
Yeah.
gun on the side of it, it did. It like malfunctioned. It went. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so let's
Jeez.
roll the damage. This is a heavy blaster he's got on there. Okay, so 15. That's definitely. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, what's happening?
Okay, so yeah,
Icon, a mute icon right there.
he's wounded, but he's still up. B-49 doesn't have any weapons. He's just hiding. Oh, it's the zealots' turns. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 2 zealots back here are going to open up on Losel. Well, there's only 2 more of these guys. They're going to come up and shit. One will shoot at Helix. The other one's going to shoot up here at our girl Emmerich's. So let's see. What are their? Okay. Oh, they got D4 as well. Okay. So here we go. We'll do the first blaster. Oh, that guy here. Okay. So shoot at Losel. That's a hit. And I have to decrease because he's been wounded, so he gets minus. So, wow, 2 hits. Oh, boom. Okay, cool.
And good for me.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's all their heat for this round.
No, they're shooting up Losel up here.
Yeah, I'm saying hopefully that they just rolled their best rolls and now
Yeah.
these
Right.
next 2 hopefully will shoot
Okay.
so hot.
And I got to roll the damage. Ooh, okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay, cool. So that's not too
Jeez.
bad. That's not too bad. So basically, those blasts hit him, and he kind of like just puts his arm up in front of him, and it like staggers him a little bit, but he looks okay. He looks fine. Okay. Now here comes the 2 shots coming at our guy down here. 16.
That's yeah.
That'll probably hit.
Yeah.
Where am I looking for how to tell if it's hitting? Sorry.
Okay, the MDR was one that you guys should have figured out beforehand. It's part of the new
I put
rule.
it in my body points because I don't think there's an MDR.
Yeah,
portion on here.
Okay.
no, it's not on
Okay.
the sheet.
So I just put it in my body points instead of the other thing.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
mine's 13.
That's
so
going to hit you.
Yeah.
And the 11.
That one wouldn't.
Okay, so we got 1 hit. Here's the damage. 11. What's your soak?
My soak. Where is it? I'm still not used to where everything is on this sheet.
That's all right. Now the soak is another one of those that we've done ourselves, so it would be written in by you.
Yeah. Oh, so you know what? It's probably this. Character points?
No.
I don't know which one this is. Would it be this 10? I wrote a 10 in above that. Would that make sense as the soak?
No, that's your character points. So basically,
No,
just for right now, so until you guys can have a chance to go through the rules a little bit more. Basically, that doesn't do anything to you. We'll just say we'll just go
Okay.
through there. Okay, so they're done. This zealot's helping this guy up as he's doing that. These 2 guys are still standing their ground. Helix, it's your turn.
Oh, cool. I am going to try and use my stun rifle to blast. Let's see, which one do I want to try and blast? I'm going to go for one of the guys I'll go for the guy who's already injured.
Okay.
This guy back here. So that would be firearms. There we go.
Oh yeah, you hit him.
Okay, cool. And so that's 4D plus nothing, so just 4D6. I'll just roll those here because we don't have I
Right.
don't see a button, so we're just gonna go 4D6 like that.
And we have to remember, I didn't do this in some of the other ones. These have exploding dice.
Yeah.
This game. We'll go over combat again.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's all right. We're just going to do it real quick and loose right now. So you get him. You hit him for 15. That's enough. Which one were you shooting?
The guy who was already injured in the back, and this is just a stun rifle, so it
Okay,
won't,
so he's completely stunned.
cool.
He's completely stunned. Put the yellow on him. That's stunned. Okay, Corey.
Eh?
Let's see. Yeah, everybody's. I think I'm just going to keep shooting from here. Sounds good. I mean, if I shoot twice, you said the minus D6. That's to both, right?
No,
across
it's
the
just
board?
each additional one just subtracts it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep shooting then because we're in a firefight.
Right?
I'm gonna shoot this one here, the closest one to us,
Okay.
and blow. Hey,
20.
wow.
Yeah, that hit him.
this.
Okay.
And with 3d6, that will be. Bam! Ah, grazing
Rough.
blow.
Just enough. Just enough that
Good enough. Nice.
he's basically it hit his soak.
Little armor, huh?
But it but it doesn't do a point over, so he's basically you hit him, but it doesn't really do anything.
Oh, okay, sure. I'll shoot again with that
Okay.
-1
Okay.
to the blaster. Bow.
Okay, 10.
Contact.
That does hit. You're good.
Okay. And 3d6. Go.
No, again.
oh.
Again, he's able to soak that up. You gonna keep going?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I think that's good. That's fair.
Yeah.
Is
sorry.
there-
The damage on the blaster is 36 plus 2, so it's 10 and
Oh.
8 is what those rolls are.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So he would be stunned.
Oh, he's stunned. Okay, great.
You got him.
And from there, I'm looking around. Is there any place I can, on this vehicle, where I can get more cover?
Yeah, behind the
Maybe-
wheel. You're already
Behind the-
partially covered.
That's where I am, right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I think I like my position then.
Okay. Emmerich's.
I guess I'll go ahead and shoot at the guy that's not the one that's over by the guy with the pink dot, but the other one.
This dude,
Yeah.
the unscathed guy.
Yeah. So 16 to
That
hit,
hits. Roll your damage.
and then 17 for damage.
Wow. Okay. So basically, you killed that guy. Ooh.
Okay. I'll go ahead and just actually. No, I won't do anything because it seems unlikely that I'd switch targets that quickly. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm done.
Robots. This guy, he's moving 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going back towards the truck. He's going to shoot. He hits. He does enough damage. Okay, he's shooting this guy, so this guy basically ends up dying.
By the way, I double checked. My soak is a 12, just for the record.
Got
As
it.
I figured, in case you want to fire on.
Okay, it's the Zealot's turns. Actually, this guy starts running 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, he can keep moving. So he's going to go over the hill. And then this guy is too. 5, 10, 15, 20. That guy's going to run away too. So basically, leaving those guys left there sprawled out. Those other two guys that could still run ran away. And leaving those guys there.
Okay.
Low cell's coming back towards the truck. You're like, I think we should keep going in case they bring back more.
I'm gonna see if I can find anything on this guy standing right, the red guy. See if I can just really quickly. Right,
They all have blasters on them.
I'll take his blaster for those guys.
They also have those masks, those filters for against the dust and stuff.
I'll take those too.
Okay. So you got 2 and 2 for your human friends.
Yeah.
The masks. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So then everybody's going to get back up into the trucks and stuff to start heading off and making their merry way. And that is actually where we're going to end the session, with you guys getting back in the truck, starting to head your way off to New York. And yeah, that's it. We'll definitely have to go back and reread those combat rules.
Just like a little bit. I'm sorry.
It's like as soon as we started going into it and I started doing it, I was like, okay. And then afterwards, I was like, I think I'm doing that part wrong. It's all good. We'll figure it out.
On that last one, once I realized what my soak was, I'm like, okay, now I get this. I think I'm ready to do this now properly. I just
Yeah.
Wait, so did Helix pick up that main guy's gun, the red guy's gun?
Yeah, he did.
Picked it up for you guys. I can't use that stuff, but
Oh, fantastic.
He also picked up some of the rebreathers that they had on.
yeah. So I would have handed those off to
Cool,
you
though.
guys, throwing them into the cab of the vehicle.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. Rock on. So that's episode 2. I mean, we had a 2-week break for the holidays and whatnot. So we'll get rocking and rolling on this again next week on Wednesday, and we'll be a little bit more brushed up on the combat.
Yeah.
I mean, I want a good chance to be able to kill you guys, but not right. Not all the way
Right.
out. So,
Not yet.
but hey, I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in and watching this here episode. I want to say thank you to Jay, Lord Gasumper, for stopping in, and everybody else who stopped
Jay.
in, rated on over. We appreciate you stopping in and watching our little bit of our show that we're doing here. This is Tales of a Savage Land. Normally, what we do is we do the Savage Worlds game, but one of the cast members, Uncle Tony, is away doing a play, so right now we're doing this little sci-fi quick stand-in futuristic escape from New York game called Sector 1. So, well, with that having been said, let's have this fun cast say goodnight. We'll start with you, Grace, since you went last. With the intros.
I'm Grace. I played Emmerich's tonight, and yeah. It was a fun time. She's not very good at speaking. She gets tongue tied real easy, but coincidentally, so do I.
Yeah.
So
it works out. It's all good.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Excellent. All right. Hey, Dylan, go ahead, man.
All right. I'm Dylan. And by the way, Tony is in the chat, so if you guys miss him, you can go ahead and tell him
what's
yourselves.
up,
He's
Tony?
in there. He's been hanging out with us for the last 20 or so minutes. Just
We miss
got
you.
out of rehearsal early. So, but also go. I just linked the Discord in the chat. Join there, and you can tell him how much you miss him every day.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm Dylan, by the way. That's
Yeah, but who do you play?
Oh yeah, I was playing Helix, and I really think he's starting to come into his own here. By which I mean I don't think he's changed at all, but he's really enjoying being on an adventure.
There you go. Excellent. And last but not least, we have Jonathan.
Hello, I'm Jonathan. I almost said I play Brian. That's crazy. But I play
Wrong game.
instead Corey, another normal naming guy. And yeah, catch us back here next Wednesday. The
There you go.
regular 9 ST.
There it is. Excellent. Cool. All right. As everybody else, as you might not know, I don't know. Every Tuesday on the channel, we do have the Greyhawk Adventures game that is at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We are currently doing a mini campaign called Into the Dreadwood, where we're using the low fantasy game rules set. We are also giving away 2 copies of the hardback edition, of deluxe edition of that role-playing system. So if you like that, or if you like Greyhawk, most of everybody who rated in, if you're still around, you like Greyhawk, because I know what you were doing before you came here. Because I was in that chat over there before this game started. So yeah, you can come by and watch that. And then on Saturdays at noon, even though don't pay attention to the times below because I have to adjust them. At noon, we have Saturday Morning Superheroes, where we're playing the classic Marvel superheroes game from TSR. It is a game set in 1985. So it is a retro game and a retro time in which we're doing it. So show up for that as well. Excellent. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it, as always. And, of course, as always, I do not have the... now, there it's ready now for us to sign out. All right, everybody. Peace. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.